Great. Good morning, everybody. It's still morning, so it's all good. We're here for our fourth day of 21 Days of Reiki. And today I'm going to do some Chris Marsh exercises. But first we're going to get grounded and centered and put up our shields like we do every day and send some Reiki to our higher beings. And then after that, I will teach you a couple of Chris Marsh exercises, and I think you'll find that they are familiar, even though we haven't actually done them. We've done them. So hopefully, or at least if you've taken my classes, we've done them. So let's get started. Yesterday was a good day. I spent a lot of time taking care of me and getting what I needed to get done, and just focusing on my breath and balance and making sure that I was comfortable with the effort that I was putting into each and everything that I was doing. So that was good. And today I'm going to do the same thing. It's a slower day with fewer obligations, so that's awesome. But I still have some things I want to get done, so I'm going to make sure that I focus my energies properly for each of them. So let's begin with the standard ground and center. Feet flat on the floor. When you're grounding and centering, you also want to have your spine straight and your chin not too high, not too low. You want it to be parallel to the floor, and that's so that you have a good breathing flow. Nothing's getting pinched, nothing's getting stretched. And we bring our hands together in Gasho, bringing to mind centering and grounding when we do this motion. So we've done 3 days of practicing these exercises, and it should make it a little bit easier for you when you bring your hands together in Gasho to kind of bring to mind and remind your brain, okay, when I make this motion, I want my body and my mind to be in this meditative, grounded state. Okay, so let's take a couple of belly breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Longer exhale than inhale. And let's begin to work on sending our root system down into the earth. And if you listened to William Lee Rand's meditation yesterday that I posted, he does a great job of helping you visualize putting those roots all the way down through the different levels of the planet to the core of the earth, and at each level bringing in a different kind of energy and nourishing. So I do recommend that exercise. It's designed to be done with other people, but I often will do the meditation by myself with my guides in circle with me, and it's a beautiful experience. So I really recommend you give that a try. So getting those roots really solidly connected to the core of the earth, and then drawing earth energy up, filling the body with nurturing, healing light, and then expanding into our auric space, our auric field, and creating that red auric shield all around us. And when you're really calm and relaxed, your whole body moves with your breath. If your belly's expanding, even the hips kind of roll, and you get a little bit of a wave motion when you're really into the breath. Now let's invite in the Reiki energy, universal love energy from above, that white healing light, showering down, shielding and protecting and healing us from our heads to our toes. You'll notice when I get a really good flow of Reiki, I tend to kind of spiral or rock back and forth. That's a sign to me that I really got a strong flow of Reiki. And now you want to bring the two energies together, the red and the white, the earth and the universe. Meld them together. Build that auric shield. Universal love all around you, protecting you. Making sure the shield is solid, there's no holes, there's no breaks, there's no cracks, there's no weak spots. And then checking within your own auric field for any negative junk, sort of garbage energy that we no longer need, and just sweeping that all down and out through your roots into the earth. And let the earth just take that away from you. And keeping our hands in Gassho, we'll do the 5 principles. Found an interesting one. It's a cross stitch pattern. And this one is just for today. Do not anger. Just for today. Do not worry. We shall count our blessings and honor our fathers and mothers, our teachers and neighbors, and honor our food. Make an honest living. Be kind to everything that has life. Show gratitude to everything. So this is an interesting one, and you do find it seems to be more on the Reiki Alliance side that I see these kinds of additions or changes to the 5 principles. We shall count our blessings and honor our fathers and mothers, our teachers and neighbors, and honor our food. Good things to do in life, so I definitely don't disagree with them. Something to consider including into your 5 principles every day. So just breathe those ideals into your heart. I will not worry. I will not anger. I will honor my mentors and my food. Make an honest living. Be kind to every living thing. And show gratitude. Okay. Now it's time to send energy to our spirit guides. Or maybe today we send energy to our pets and our familiars. Because Chubb sure wants some energy. You want to come up? So, let's take 5 minutes and really send Reiki out to someone other than ourselves, whether that be our spirit guides, whether that be our house fairies, whether it be our familiars. Let's take 5 minutes and send some Reiki out into the world. If you have your distance symbol, remember Chokure, the power symbol to turn Reiki on the palms. And your distance symbol, you can chant, you can visualize, you can draw in front of you. the distance symbol in front of you to make a connection with the person, place, or thing or time that you're wanting to connect with. And go ahead and just let Reiki flow. And remember, when you're allowing Reiki to flow and you're sitting in meditation, you don't need to be in perfect meditation all the time. You can be listening to my voice, you can be watching the video, you can still be flowing Reiki. The ideal space to be in when you're flowing Reiki is a deep, meditative, almost trance-like state. But you're not always going to be there, and you won't be there for a full hour while you're doing your session. That's okay. Bring your body and your mind, excuse me, and your spirit back to the task at hand, back to the focus, back to the intention, which is sending Reiki to those we care about. And if you're really struggling, you can keep your hands in gassho, and every time you lose focus, focus on your two middle fingers and the point that they touch, and kind of focus your breath onto that spot and allow that spot to represent those who you are sending Reiki to. You can also focus on the breath in your body. Don't forget to be belly breathing while we're doing this. Every time you breathe in, you draw in more Reiki energy. And every time you breathe out, you allow Reiki energy to flow through your hands to the person, place, or thing that you're working with. And if you really don't have anyone you can focus on, or you're just feeling the connection's not there for some reason, that's fine too. You can always just send Reiki with the intention that whoever needs this positive energy right now, whether it be someone who's part of your life or not, that they receive the energy that they need, the extra blessings that they need. So got a little under about 30 seconds now to go. Okay, I'll teach you the first exercise, the first part of the Japanese traditional exercises to help learn how to flow Reiki properly. We learn this in level 2, and we sometimes touch on it in level 1. It's Kenyoku, or dry brushing, and it's a great way to stop Reiki flowing and to disconnect from the distance healing that you're doing. You can also use it as a cleanse, as an aura cleanse. So ideally you're doing it standing up, and you're going to take your dominant hand. It actually really doesn't matter which hand you start with, but one hand across to the opposite shoulder, sweep down from shoulder to hip, and the other one down from shoulder to hip, and then down the arms. And when you flick energy, don't flick it at each other. Flick it with intention that you are letting that energy go, sending it to the earth so that she can pick it up and transmute it into positive energy. We don't want to be flicking negative energy into our own space or our home or our bedrooms or the people that we're with. So, intention for that. So let's try it one more time. Just because I feel like I really want to solidly stop Reiki from flowing to where it's going and focus on myself now. So across, down, down. Awesome. The next exercise is Haddo breathing. It's also called Haddo Kokyoho, which means breathing method. So Haddo breathing method, or it's also called earth breathing method or relaxing breathing method. We kind of touched on this yesterday, actually, when we were talking about vibrating in our throat to calm the vagus nerve. That's essentially what we're doing. It's pre-om, getting that vibration in the body to calm the nerves, to calm the body. So Haddo breathing is simply exhaling with the sound and using that to just calm the system. So this is a sound that came from before we had language. It's a sound humans have always used, and it synchronizes with universal energy. Haddo Kokyoho is performed by breathing out and making the ha sound at the same time, which creates a very precise vibration. So you want to sit in your normal, comfortable position. Because we're trying to release negative energy, you probably want your feet flat on the floor. You don't want to force the breath, but you do want to allow for a complete exhalation. So you're going to breathe out of the mouth with the ha sound as if you're feeling relieved, and then continue to hold that sound breath for as long as you can. So extend the exhalation, because as we extend our exhalation, we extend our opportunity to relax our bodies and release tension. In the beginning, it might only be a few seconds. That's fine. Aim for 10 if you can. If you can get to 20 or longer, awesome. It gets easier and easier the longer you do it. And you want to practice this breathing several times a day, but especially when you're feeling stressed out. Okay. So I'll turn to face you a little bit. Feet grounded on the floor, belly breathing in through the nose. Feel your shoulders sink down with the breath. Let me turn you a little bit. Okay. Feel that kind of rattling in the back of the throat. Not rattling, because that would be unhealthy, but like vibrating. Feel total release and relief. Like, whew. try not to allow yourself to get too lightheaded when you're doing this. It's quite common to get lightheaded, and that means that maybe we're not releasing enough. What? You're fine. Maybe we're not releasing enough of the breath. It's not a full breath. Or maybe we're not inhaling enough and holding and then breathing out. Okay? So let's try it one more time. In through the nose. Okay. So I want you to practice this ha sound throughout the day. When you kind of get comfortable with it, then bring in the feeling of Reiki pouring through your body as you're exhaling with that sound, okay? All right, that's your exercise for today. We will see you again tomorrow. Have a great day, guys.